Hi, give me a moment. I need to move some things around. Actually, why am I using... No, I need to turn this off. Hello. I hope I'm audible in chat. You thought it started at 8? No, if you looked at the announcement, I'm starting 1 hour and a half late today. Because YouTube doesn't know when to... Well, it's not doesn't know when to... YouTube was being mean. I need to, speaking of which, change it to talking. How do I do that? Oh no, hold on, give me a moment. I can't even look at chat right now because this is a new interface I'm using, and I thought I had set it up so that everything would just follow OBS, but it's not. Hold on, let me restart, not the stream, but YouTube, just to see what's going on. Yeah, it's okay. No, it's fine. It seems to be working fine on YouTube side. I think. Okay. There's a small, tiny delay. I'm getting a thumbs up to show that it's working well. It's working all right. Yeah, but yeah, the stream was supposed to start at 8. Yes, because I thought I could just jump into YouTube, set stuff up for streaming, and then use a new software to link both the Twitch stream and the YouTube stream together onto OBS, which was how every single YouTube video and article and everything I'd read on how to do multi-streaming suggested it was done. And it was correct. That's how it's supposed to be done. You just use a software on top of OBS to stream to both platforms. The only thing is, in order to oh, I see Cyrus is going to the afterlife now. See you in a moment, Cyrus. But yeah, in order to stream on YouTube... Oh, you don't have the trader pass. Thank you for the follow, Cyrus. What is this? It was supposed to be a...
Hold it down. I want you one.
Listen, I got Chikorita. I don't know how to change it. I, the streamer, don't know how to change. There's nothing I can do about this. Because this is an actual, like, Twitch game that I have no control over. Anyways.
I don't even like the voice chat you started too.
Oh.
Sorry, but
Chikorita exists. Hold on, I don't think people can hear you. I need to call you. Hold on. Let me call you, and then let me see. Where is my Discord volume? Sorry everyone, this is going to take a bit of getting used to. Alright, if you're in the call, can you say something real quick? Cheesecake.
Oh.
Okay.
Hello?
It is audible. Alright, good.
Alright, cool.
Alright. So, as I was saying, all you need to do to multi-stream is to actually use another software on top of your streaming software. That's all fine. The issue that no one talks about... Hi, Dreamer. Thanks for coming. Yeah, like the issue that no one talks about is that in order to stream to YouTube, you have to go to YouTube and click and tell YouTube, I want to stream on YouTube, right? You go to their streaming page and you say, I want to stream. You click on the button. And instead of taking you to the streaming settings stuff, you know what YouTube does? A countdown goes up on screen that ticks down from 24 hours, second by second, and it goes, "Thank you for deciding to stream with us. You can start streaming 24 hours from now."
Lol.
And I clicked on that at 9:30 yesterday.
Lol.
Just to test out, just because I wanted to set up the settings and everything. I clicked on that and it was like, "Thank you for choosing to stream with us. You can start setting up stuff for your stream." And like 1 day later, and it wasn't 9:30, sorry, it was 9 o'clock that I clicked it. It told me 1 day later I could start setting up for stream. Not begin streaming, I could begin setting up everything, all the back end stuff, all the images, all the start like things, everything I could do 1 day after. And so because I needed time to set it up, I couldn't even delay the stream by 1 hour. I had to delay it by 1.5 hours so that I had time after getting permission to stream on YouTube to finally like, set everything up and then stream on it. And even then, I don't think I'm going to be doing this multi-streaming thing a lot because my internet is not good enough for it. Because everything I've read about multi-streaming says that it is taxing on your internet because you are basically
Double streaming.
you're double streaming, you're streaming twice, you're sending out the same information twice over the same, connection you have.
Yeah, we have the basic model,
And also, just in case like people think, oh, that's a lot. No, because you also have to get stuff in, so it's double the stuff in as well. And then it also has to be processed before putting out, and when it comes in, it all has to be processed, which means it's doubly as taxing on your computer as well. And lo and behold, my YouTube is currently struggling. Like, I don't know what it's like on the other end because I can't, I'm not like personally supervising it at the moment, but
not that bad.
According to the YouTube software itself, it's telling me that I have 1/3 the recommended bitrate. Like Twitch is telling me excellent connection, excellent everything. But YouTube is telling me that it's good. It's okay, but there might be minor issues.
The YouTube is fine though.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from like the YouTube's page and it seems good. But the thing is, if it's telling me it's struggling on the back end now, what happens if I turn off a game?
Yeah, that's not happening.
I am not going to be able to stream games like this. So until I get a better PC, which I'm currently like planning on and off, I'm thinking at some point maybe, considering I already have this old PC that's like decent at, it's okay at streaming stuff, I might dual PC setup. I don't know. I've heard there's a lot of issues with setting up a dual PC setup for streaming. But until I get a better setup, there is no way I am dual streaming with this. There is, at most I can just do this, which is just yapping.
I wonder if I can hit the command again to get a better Pokemon.
What? Oh, you're looking for a command to get a Pokemon?
You are the fuck off! I know why I'm stupid toned down. At least a grass type would have been nice.
I have Chikorita. You don't get to complain.
You wanna switch? I actually do like grass types more.
I don't have a problem with Chikorita though. It's just, I don't know, a part of me feels like I constantly think we like to imagine if we go to like these Pokemon worlds or these like anime worlds or something that we would be cool shit because we have all this knowledge and we have all this stuff. When in truth, we would be like amongst like the billions that are just living average day lives, which means we would get the normal starters. So me getting Chikorita is like just low key. I feel like this feels in character for me.
No, I don't accept this.
This just feels very in character for me, and now I have to figure out how to make Chikorita good.
Oh no doubt.
Listen, at least with Feraligatr, you have a surf user. So that Chikorita into Meganium can't do
much.
It can't do a shot. Yes. What am I gonna do? Cut? What? Chikorita just for cut? No.
What the fuck is this? I have no
Yeah, no.
money.
There's a whole thing. There's a whole thing. There's a way to make Chikorita good. It's called trading. Listen, that requires someone else wanting Chikorita. You know?
Hey, Dreamer, pick up a starter.
Also, I just realized, is Twitch chat... Sorry, is chat appearing on stream? I don't see it. I don't see chat appearing on screen. Does anyone see chat appearing on screen? Turtwig! Look, someone got Turtwig!
Oh.
Cheesecake is seeding. No chat on screen.
Dreamer, please trade. I need the Turtwig more than you do.
Someone's here's favorite starter just got taken. Why is Stream Elements not working? That is very odd. I literally just made it work today. I just made sure everything was working today. Yeah, see, this is why this is another thing where I don't think I'll ever do this until maybe I get someone to help me look through this. Because I don't think like it will work for me. My turtle, 5-year-old.
I literally can't, man.
Speaking of which, I think I read somewhere a while back, there is actually a way to build a turtle party in Pokemon, isn't it?
Huh?
I heard there's a way to build a turtle party in Pokemon.
No, like there's like a bajillion turtle Pokemon. What are you on about? We've got that Fossilmon. Well, we have Squirtle, obviously.
All right, every Turtlemon. Let's see. Let me look up every Turtlemon. So sorry to anyone who's watching the VOD. Unfortunately, there won't be chat here. You just have to hear me and Cheesecake yap, and won't be able to see. Well, actually, no. The YouTube VOD only shows YouTube. People chatting on YouTube, and no one's chatting on YouTube. So I'm sorry, people who are watching on YouTube. I can't even post the Twitch VOD onto YouTube to fix it because no one. It's not showing up. So, how do you check what Pokemon you have? You have to type in !Pokepass, and then it's a whole gaming community on Twitch. Like, it's actually a streaming category on Twitch that you can play, that you can look up. People do stream this, and I have no idea how to do any of it. So
nah, I didn't get the starter I want. I'm not engaging with
also,
this anymore.
I think actually it's not Pokepass, is it? It's Pokestart. It's Pokestart to get your first mon.
Yeah, and then it's pass to check your
Pass to
something.
check your stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's see all the turtle Pokemon. Blastoise. Okay, the Blastoise line is 1. Oh, you already have a pass, it says. That means that you might have a mon already. You should be able to check what mon you have. I don't know how. I need to put a list of commands out somewhere in my channel. I've seen other people do it. I should do that as well, just so that when you scroll down, you can find just a list of commands instead of just putting them in my title and stuff. It will make it a lot easier. Okay, we have Blastoise, we have Shuckle,
Shuckle doesn't count.
I don't think I count Shuckle. Torkoal, Torterra,
guy.
the fossil turtle, which apparently this person doesn't know the name of.
Wow, I'm blanking. Oh my god.
This is so weird too because it's such an obvious mon. The basic is Tortuga, a Tortuga. specifically.
Tortuga. Oh yeah.
Cara Costa apparently is the big one.
Right. I do remember it.
Select one by clicking the heart icon in the extension. Wait, you can choose a buddy? This changes everything. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Does this work? Blastoise, Torkoal, Cara Costa, Torterra,
No extension.
Avaluca? No? That's an iceberg. Tortornator, and then Dreadnought. There are 6. There's exactly 6. Metagross is not a turtle. Who says Metagross is a turtle?
Nah. What? Metagross is a
Metagross
turtle?
is not a turtle. At best, it's a crab. Even then. Why are so many people saying Metagross?
That's so wrong.
Oh, it's
Have
apparently a meme in the Pokemon community.
I see. There's the new one, the Gen 9 snapping turtle.
Yeah.
Dreadnought.
Dragnaw.
Yeah.
Bascalibur is not.
What?
Bascalibur is not a turtle.
Isn't that like a dragon or
It's
something?
a dragon. It's absolutely a dragon.
Does the new legendary, what's its face? The
Oh
world turtle?
yeah, the new legendary. Shoot. It was a fun one too. Yeah, the one that can change into Stella typing, right?
Yes. Well, every mon can do Stella typing.
Yeah, but it's the one that can really make use of it. Terrapagos.
Yes.
I can't believe
there's
I
the-
did not remember Terrapagos as a name.
Black and White, there was a landmine mon. Wait, no. Sun and Moon, landmine mon.
Yeah,
one of the animated.
Tortunator.
Coordinator.
Tornator. Sure, yeah. It's a dragon, from what I recall.
It's also a snapping turtle, I think.
Yeah, but it's more a shooting turtle than a snapping turtle. Because of how it functions. Alright, let's see. Fire dragon. Actually, let me see if I can pull up a thing. Is there a thing I can pull up? Can I add an element?
Apparently, there's an extension that lets you just play Pokemon.
Yes, it's the one. It's the Pokemon community game.
Yeah, but you haven't added it.
Oh, I haven't added this extension at the bottom. Oh, I guess I accidentally took it out because I was playing around with extensions and stuff. I should add a. Is it a?
Someone likes the Gen 4 legendary. My favorite. Well, my favorite star is Torterra.
Display capture. Let me grab paint.
Wishbred? Who fucking cares about Wishbred? What's up with these like fucking low tier mods like spawning? The previous one was also a sucky one too.
Hold on, give me a moment. I need to find. How do I capture a Windows source? No. Hold on. Let me move to art real quick. Okay. Has YouTube switched over to art?
Yes.
Okay, because on my end, it doesn't switch over when I switch. When I switch scenes. The YouTube backend thing doesn't tell me I switch until I refresh. That's how bad the bitrate is.
I don't know. It's pretty on sync on my end.
For me, the bitrate is bad. It's just a me thing. So I apologize to everyone on the YouTube side of this.
No one's watching, man.
I'm still have to apologize, man.
No.
I do. Who's the streamer here? I am. Shush.
YouTube's whack.
Shush. Anyways, so for like for total Pokemon. Actually, let me hold up. Wait, what was Gen 4 main villain?
Cyrus.
Oh my god, Cyrus. Cyrus, how dare
what was his whole deal again? I hate the world, so I got press the big reset button.
Yes. And it was, as always, thinly veiled narcissist / control freak.
Yep. Back.
I hate the world, so I'm going to destroy it and then reset everything in my image. God complex. It was a god complex. There we go.
Yeah. What was this team again? Team Phasma or something?
Yeah, Team Plasma. It was Team Plasma.
Cyrus is your. Why would you dox yourself like that?
Why would you? I mean, okay. The first name is fine. First name is still okay. Just don't say anything else.
Give me your full government
Don't
name.
dox yourself.
credit card.
No doxing yourself. No doxing yourself.
Cyrus is one. So your name is Cyrus.
Your name is Cyrus.
What is it? Mario?
Mario. Oh wait, no, sorry. Yeah, Team Galactic is Gen 4. Team Plasma is Gen 5. Yeah, Team Galactic is Gen 4.
Wait, okay. Galactic's deal is the reset button, and then Gen 5's whole deal was it eludes me what they're doing.
I recall it was something like it was we want to make everything beautiful, but then at the end of the day it was still control freak. So
How does that like fit into like whatever it's man?
I don't know. You're asking. I didn't play Gen 4. Oh, I didn't finish Gen 4 at least.
Gen 5 is the one I don't remember.
What is Cara Costa? Cara Costa is water rock because it's fossil.
Yo, every fossil is a rock type, man.
Yeah. The rock will use this. And no, this to make it easier to see.
Oh, I can't believe you posted your full government name. Anyways.
Do this. And then we'll do this. And then, okay, so Cara Costa. And then what is the next one? It is Torterra, which is grass ground.
Yes.
Yes, it's grass ground.
My beloved best starter.
Yes, your favorite Pokemon of all time.
It's my favorite starter. I have a different favorite mon.
Okay, interesting. Also, Cyrus, you better be joking. I mean, it's not gonna show up on the VOD.
Yeah.
So that's at
won't.
least one lucky thing. But that better not be what you're banking on.
Dang.
Because
My
I can't
fa-
guarantee your safety here.
Like my favorite is a rotating thing. Like every time they make a new game, I get to change my favorite. So that's why it's that thing.
Cool. Oh, let's see. Dreadnought is water rock as well, I believe. Did someone look it up? I believe Dreadnought is also water rock.
No. Dreadnought is a water rock mod.
It is a water rock mon.
It's a better water rock than Caracosta though.
Definitely. And Terrapagos is
Normal.
normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
Which is weird.
What do you mean
It
weird?
is weird.
What type would you give?
Dragon.
Okay, man.
Dragon.
No, normal. It starts normal and then becomes Stella type. That's a gimmick.
Sure, man. Sure. We'll go. That's a okay gimmick, I guess. All right. Can you make a good team out of this?
Type coverage is in the ground. Not
We'll
gonna lie.
remove Terrapagos because that's legendary. Like, unless you... Okay, I know the main character has Terrapagos in the anime.
Yes.
But ignoring main character syndrome. These are the these are the only 6 mons you have. Right?
That's the team. Like, right there.
That's your team.
Yeah, that's your team. Like
That's
right there.
actually, sorry, let me pull it up again. That's literally your team. You don't get to pick anything else. You can make a functional RAIM team, I guess. Cyrus, I know you're trying to ask Google that. I can immediately answer your question. There's no way to dissolve a dead body easily.
I mean,
You
like,
can use the strongest acid. It will take too long.
yeah, it really does take too long. Those
Or
cartel
too much
guys,
acid.
like in IRL, there was these cartel guys that has like a pretty good system of melting people. I forgot what it was.
Yes, but they had to stuff them into barrels and leave them for super long. And even then, afterwards, it was still discovered.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't fully melt the bodies. Because because acid over time loses potency. You'd have to continuously this is, by the way, not a guide to do this. Because the thing is, you need to continuously replenish the acid, which means flushing the old acid out, which means you're leaving a trail.
Oh, I forgot. Technically a legendary, but the one from Hasui.
The what?
Yeah, the Pokemon Arceus had a turtle legendary. It was one of the one.
The G.
Like
I'm thinking. I actually don't recall which one you're saying. The G.
Remember
one?
the 4 winds?
Anamarus's other
alt
form.
It's a turtle. Turtle with stick on
Actually,
it.
yes, you're not wrong. The Terrian form is a turtle. You are not wrong there.
It is based on like mine's blanking, but it's a Chinese thing.
Yeah. It was based on the Chinese.
4 winds? It's the 4 cardinal directions, right?
It's the 4 cardinal directions. Yes. And then what type was it again?
Something fairy.
Fairy flying. Interesting. Okay, I need to actually delete this. Wait, they are based on Chinese winds? Yes, apparently.
Like, yeah, the 4 cardinal directions are 5 you count the center. It is represented by 4 mystical animals plus the dragon in the middle.
It's weird, okay? It's very weird. Let me note everything down here first, and then I'll get into it. So yeah, the 4 cardinal directions in Chinese mythology are represented by the 4 mythical creatures. Hey, Cyrus, you're in, like, we're all Chinese as well. The only reason I know this is because aspiring writer over here, I read up on a lot of stuff. So there are 4 creatures, mythical creatures in Chinese mythology that represent the 4 cardinal directions, plus 1 more for the center. There is East. I actually don't recall which is which though, but I believe
I'm pulling it up like right now. There's the Azure Dragon of the East,
Okay,
the
yeah.
Vermilion Bird of the South.
Hold on, one at a time. So Azure Dragon is the East Vermilion Bird, not to be confused with the Phoenix. The Vermilion Bird of the South, the White Tiger, I believe, of
Yes,
the
White Tiger
West, and then the Black Turtle of the North, right?
Yes.
But the
Black
thing is,
turtle.
the turtle is not really just a turtle, isn't it?
It's a turtle with a snake on it.
Yes, it's a
Ish.
turtle with a snake on it. It's sometimes represented as the snake being its tail.
Yes. And also the center is the golden dragon, by the way.
but sometimes, in some instances, represented by Qiling instead.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, the three legendaries.
Hold on, let me write it down so that people can see this. First off is the Azura Dragon of the East. Azure Dragon, which, if you look at Chinese elements, also, it also represents various elements, right?
Yes.
All the other beasts represent one element. The dragon represents two. Bias much?
Slightly.
It was like water
And gold?
It's not wind, it's something else. I don't recall. I'll have to look it up again. Anyways, that's not the important one. Anyway, Azure Dragon of the East, there is the Vermilion... How do you spell Vermilion again? Vermilion bird. South.
Oh.
I think there's an R in there. Yep. There's the white tiger of the west. Vermilion is red. I'm showing it on stream. It's red. And then the screen is already black, so I'm gonna have to use gray for this. But it's the black tortoise, I believe.
Yeah, black tortoise of the north.
How do you spell tortoise again?
Tortoise.
I don't believe.
So these are represented by the Brain Gen 5 Genie Legendary.
Yeah, these are the Gen 5 Genie legendaries.
Plus the new one, Amras. So you check out their Therian forms, they match pretty well. Thunderous is the bird. Landerous is the tiger. Tornadus is Tornadus is the bird.
I don't recall. I have to look it up again. But yeah, they represent these. And then depending, sometimes it's either a gold dragon or a Kirin middle.
Dragon, right. Thunderous is a dragon.
Yeah, it's like this. This is what it is. So, the tortoise. Okay, so all of these are weird in the sense that the white tiger is not weird. It's just a white tiger. That is just a normal tiger. The vermilion bird is also a bird on fire. It also represents fire, but it's not the phoenix. Very importantly, not the phoenix. The black tortoise has also a snake on it. Depending on the description, either the snake is curled up on top of it, or it is its tail, or more modern depictions depict it as a snapping turtle with a very long neck. Because of that, just combine the two elements together. And then the Azure Dragon is a dragon. It's a traditional Chinese dragon, a long, right? But it has 4 fingers, whereas the golden dragon in the middle has 5, because only dragons with 5 fingers were allowed to be used when depicting royalty. Oh, sorry, the other way around. When depicting royalty, you needed to use 5 fingers. You couldn't use 5-finger dragons for anything else, because that's heretical, basically. Some more modern depictions depict the middle as a Qiling instead of a dragon, just to make it different from the Azure Dragon. But the more traditional one is a gold dragon, and then you have another Azure Dragon, because it's China.
We love dragons.
We love dragons.
I mean, everyone loves dragons.
Everyone loves dragons, yes. But we also love dragons. Oh yeah, that is your brief history into Chinese mythology.
Yeah, now you need to like hot swap them with the Pokemon Therian forms.
No.
Come on. Okay, just like okay. Thunderous is the Azure Dragon.
I
Landorus
need to
is
look
the
this
White
up.
Tiger.
I'll need to look this up.
It is. They are.
Okay, let's see, which is the green one?
Tornadoes.
Tornadoes, right? Tornadoes is the bird.
Vermilion bird. Yes.
So Tornadoes, the green genie in Pokemon is the red bird.
Yes.
And the orange genie in Pokemon is the black turtle.
No.
Yes. Sorry, no. Actually, no. It's not turtle. It's a lion. Sorry. The orange genie in Pokemon is the white lion. Tiger. Sorry, tiger. The blue genie is the blue dragon. It's just straight up the blue dragon. And then the pink genie is the black turtle.
Be kind of dry, honestly.
Yeah. You're technically missing a fifth, but also the fifth isn't actually usually portrayed as part of the four.
Yeah. They are known as the forces of nature, Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's quickly. I need to look at just to make sure live stream is going well. All right. I see Cyrus.
I feel like if we're not letting Therapagos, we shouldn't let Amorous in the Pokemon back in time and also a legendary.
Yes, I'm not gonna let Amorous in as well. So.
Okay, how did you let the spam hide? I thought we had a limit on that, but...
No, I had to individually set limits. Cyrus, stop, please.
Times you
or I'm
out.
going to have to time you out.
Lol. Complete all.
Yeah, it's just because it affects the system backend stuff. That's about it. That's it. I get you're having fun. I am not opposed to fun. It's just my system is struggling already. Because like your request actually has to go through my computer. Yeah, it has to go through my computer and then get sent back onto Twitch. So it's a come to my end and then go out again thing. So that's why you sometimes see streamers when people raid them and too many things are coming in, their stream crashes.
Lol. Yeah,
it's a thing that happens. Yeah. No, yeah, basically what happens is when anything happens on stream, when you do anything on Twitch, for example, it's not just going straight to Twitch. It's going through Twitch to my computer to the system I'm using to stream, process, and then push back out. So it can affect the stream rates and stuff if too many things are spammed too quickly at once, basically. That's why streamers sometimes have their streams crash when too many people suddenly jump in from a raid and too many people start like putting stuff. Yeah. You mean you never hear? You never hear what? What? Is the sound working? The sound should be working, right?
I have both streams muted for my sanity, but...
Check just in case. Quick check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
No, there was a sound alert that Cyrus redeemed. That I'm not sure if it played or not.
Which sound alert? Oh, the Chotomate thing? No, I did hear that. I heard that. I don't know if it's coming up on Twitch because the what's it called? The setting, so the system I downloaded on top of OBS seems to have screwed around with a ton of settings I have on OBS. Yeah, I heard oof. I don't know if anyone else heard oof.
Nah, oof doesn't play.
Doesn't play?
Yeah, it doesn't play.
Okay, can you quickly refund Cyrus points?
Yeah, I already did that.
Yeah, just refund Cyrus points. Don't redeem anything for the stream for now, because again, it fucked up a bunch of stuff on my end. I was hoping everything was working fine, but yeah, this is why this is a test stream anyways. Thank you for the stretch. I will stretch. I will stretch. Ow. I'm stretching. I'm stretching. Sitting up straight. Yeah, those works. The sound alerts don't work, but like stretching works. I'm stretching. Thank you so much for the stretch. All right, there is what was I looking at? Okay. No, sorry, I was replying to someone something, but anyways, as we were saying, Pokemon. Oh, drink potion. I'll drink.
Wow. Type coverage wise,
Thank you for the potion. I heal 100. Thank you so much, Cyrus. I am hydrated. Also remember everyone to keep yourselves hydrated. Anyways, yes, Anamorous and Terapagos, I think are legendary, so they shouldn't be allowed. The average person won't normally be able to get them, right? So to build a team, you need to use these 6 Turtlemons.
good luck with that. I just checked. Wow, super weak to ground.
Horrendously weak to ground.
Yeah, like Caracosta 2x, Tornado 2x, Dreadnought 2x, Torkoal 2x. Torterra resists, and Blastoise is normal.
Yeah.
Fighting 2.
Do we count Ditto? No, absolutely not, because it's pure turtle types. I know Ditto can turn into other types, but generally the way Ditto works is it turns into your opponent's mon. Yes, if you count it as like real life Pokemon thing, then technically Ditto can turn into any of your mons, but
Okay.
No.
We have access to at least 1 Mega, which is nice.
Blastoise Mega, yeah.
Yeah, and also one a Dreadnought gets a Dynamax, I believe.
Gigantamax, yeah, I believe Dreadnought does have a Gigantamax. So you have a Mega, you have a Gigantamax, and then you can give Terra to something else here. Right?
You know what? Might as well just put Shuckle in here, just for option. The bug type is completely useless though.
Hold on, we were saying there was a rain team in here, but you have Torkoal.
Yeah, that Torkoal wants to be a sun team, man.
You have a rain team. It actually is a very good rain team. You have 3 water types and a grass type.
Yes.
But then you have a fire type that's a dragon type.
Nah, you just switch mode.
And also just straight up Torkoal. Yeah, you might just have to switch modes.
Yeah, if you're playing VGC with 2 with like 4 with 2 in the back end, then sure.
Z move to Tortonator?
Tornado. Yeah, Tornado.
Sure.
Has a special move, I think.
Yeah, but actually I don't recall, but like sure. That I can see that. That makes sense. Sure.
We're only allowed 1 gimmick though.
Depends. The anime apparently says 1 gimmick and no more per gimmick. Meaning you can have 1 mon that Megas, 1 mon that Gigantamaxes, 1 mon that Terras, 1 mon that Z moves. All in the same team, and you can use all of them in the same battle, but only 1 per battle. Meaning only 1 mon can have a Z move, only 1 mon can Mega, only 1 mon can Terra, so on and so forth. But you can have all of them, just 1 per mon. And only 1 gimmick per team.
Yes.
That's it.
You can only fire off the 1 gimmick.
You can only fire off Z move 1 per mon or once during the battle, but that's it. However, immediately firing off that Z move, you can then switch out to your Megamon and then Mega evolve that Pokemon. You just can't turn Gigantamax that mon and then Mega that mon afterwards. Yeah, it's one gimmick per mon. And 1 gimmick per mon per battle, basically. So, if you put that in, this becomes, with the help of gimmicks, a D tier team. Actually, no, without gimmicks, it's D tier. With Rain Dance, you have a sub, and sub is like big letters, all bold, underscored, optimal team here. And then you put in Torterra and Tortonator just as a, hey, if they're going to pivot into Sun to screw me over, I can pivot into Torkoal. Which is not great. It's not great at all, but Gigantamax Charizard X with Inferno Overdrive. No, too powerful. Also not Charizard X, Charizard Y. If you want special, then you go Charizard Y.
Here's a team on the net I found. Torkoal as a physical attacker / hazard remover. Ability White Smoke. With leftovers. Who's Curse Body Slam, Gyro Ball, Rapid Spin. Caracosta as a physical attacker. The IVs and EVs are as you expect. With moves such as Curse, Liquidate, Stone Edge, and Earthquake. Shuckle, which you know why I'm putting that in. Shuckle, Bug Rock, Defensive Wall. It's the normal Shuckle build.
Yeah.
Toxic Soul Smash, Power Split, Rest. Tornado works as a special attacker with moves such as
okay, here's the thing, we don't have to read it all out, but like honestly, if you go into competitive battle,
you die.
You only bring 4 anyways. You only bring 4 anyways.
So what, you just ditch Torkoal?
You ditch Torkoal and Tortonator, and then round 2, you can decide if you want to bring them in to spice things up. I don't know.
You know what? You can do a Sun, like it's a rain team that switches to a Sun team, because Torterra can also work in a Sun team.
Yeah, Torterra can work in both. That's the nice thing. So potential to double pivot into weathers, and it can be very useful to disrupt your opponent, I guess. If your opponent utilizes weather a lot, your opponent uses weather a lot, you just bring a Sun team. Or a water team just to like utilize their weather. Actually, you can just bring a team that can pivot between both, so that you can pivot into a Sun team, and it benefits you but disrupts your opponent. And when your opponent switches back into rain, you still get the full benefits of rain because your team can also work in rain.
Honestly, I'll just have this team for fun. That's my gimmick.
This is a funny team. This is a gimmick team. This is fully a gimmick team. There is no way this is a non-gimmick team.
Like, that's why I'll do it. I'll travel around the world to catch these mon, and then that's just it.
Yes, no, that's it. Also, Cyrus, I have no idea how any of the commands work. You're gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, I also don't fucking know, man. I gave up because I didn't get the mana I want.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
I'm actually thinking of just removing this because I feel it's a distraction, and also it eats up bandwidth. So yeah, probably not doing anything with it.
2 rock water mons that do basically the same thing is like kind of whack.
It's very whack, yeah. Also, Cyrus was pointing something out. Hold on.
Make a Pokemon Showdown stream. That's fun.
Hold on, I need to check the thing. Make this into a Showdown team. Yeah, I don't play Showdown enough though, but I could try. I don't know why I name all my Wooper as Mudkip.
Wooper.
That is, I mean, to be fair, same typing, same use case, except one can Mega. That's it. Make this into a Pokemon Showdown stream and try to win with this team.
Not gonna work, man. It is so. Look,
No.
it's super weak to fighting, and that's kind of common.
Yeah.
And also the move Earthquake will like solo
But
like.
it'll be
3
funny
other
just to try, I guess. But we'll see. I need to slot it into a admittedly increasingly busy stream schedule coming the next few weeks. So I'll need to slot it in at some point, but I can put it in somewhere. Just note it down as showdown stream with Turtle Team. I will need so much help from chat for this.
Hey, apparently it's pretty good with on like the NU rating from Smogon.
One-on-one. That's a one-on-one one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a one-on-one thing. One-on-one, I can see this working. One-on-one, the thing is, one-on-one, a lot of things can work. You just need to get the right mons for it.
Yeah.
The official format is a little bit harder.
Yeah. Now, if you're not familiar with how Pokemon official format works, it's a double team.
It's a double battle, yeah.
Where you have 4 Pokemon. You have a total of 6 mons you can bring in. Only 4 can be in a game. Right?
Yeah.
So you always have 2 mons that are bent.
You always bench 2 mons before you start a round.
Each Pokemon can only have one item. So like 2 Pokemon can both have Citrus Berry.
Yeah, basically. Also, I say Cyrus is asking good questions again. How to drain the blood from a body? I don't know, man. I'm not a doctor, nor am I a vampire.
I heard that like putting. Nah, I'm not getting engaged with the comment.
Nah, I've heard that eating a lot of garlic helps. Yeah, because garlic contains a chemical that is a blood thinner. So eating lots of garlic actually makes your blood run smoother, and thus makes it easier for vampires to suck out.
They don't
like garlic. Vampires being afraid of garlic is a vampire conspiracy to allow vampires easier access to your blood. Don't fall for it.
Lol, Lamau even.
Instead, add holy water to your food to stave off vampires. That spicy sensation.
Holy water only works if you're Catholic.
No. What else? What else is there? Steak to the heart. How do you steak to the heart? Like, no, there's no way to eat steak
But
to
you
the
can
heart.
put splinters in your blood.
No. You know, like Chinese traditional medicine, there's like ginseng and stuff.
That can't possibly count.
That counts as food.
Lamau, one of his comments got content warning.
What? Why is that a content warning?
Because he's using a medical condition.
It's a medical condition. It's not used in a.
No, it is.
It is?
Yeah,
Wait, hold
it's
on.
not that good of a word these days.
It is? Oh, hold on. Let me see just to make because I didn't know that. Let me just make sure. It's still a medical condition though.
Yeah, but you're using it as a pejorative. Like it's not that good.
Okay, not that good to use it that way. Okay.
Oh,
Great. All right. I'll deny it just because it can be used in that way.
Lol, Lamau. It goes with the
Oh, okay. No, I see. Right.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. It is a pejorative. All right. Just for that, I'm taking it out. Just yeah. No, that's bad. Bad word. All right. Throw a lot of rice on the floor. Oh, and then they have to count. They have to bend down to start counting. What are we playing? Sesame Street? 1 rice on the floor. 2
is that?
rice on the floor.
Is that why it's count?
Yes. Did you not notice?
No, I just
That's
watched
why it's
Sesame
count.
Street.
That's why he has count in the name. 1 rice on the floor. 2 rice on the floor. 3 rice on the floor.
Honestly, like you can't. When I watched it as a kid, there was no like media knowledge there, so you can't add me.
As a kid, I figured that out. To be fair, that was one of the only things I figured out. That was one of the few puns I figured out as a kid. So, yeah. They're forced to count any grain of rice. This sounds... The thing is, I don't know if this is actually true.
It's a thing that exists on culture.
I feel like this is a pop culture reference more than it is an actual vampire reference. Right? I feel like this is a pop culture reference. The same way Vampire Sparkle is a pop culture reference. Like, yeah. So, because it's like, I know a bunch of other... I say a bunch. Like, there's like...
Nah, it's a folklore from like the old days.
Yeah, I know there's a folklore from like certain fae have to count if you throw salt on the floor. I think gnomes, like red cap gnomes or something.
God if I know.
Yeah. You were scared of Thomas the Tank Engine in Sesame Street. Thomas the Tank Engine I can see. Tank like Sesame Street.
You're scared of the Muppets, man.
Also, an ad is about to start, so I'm going to quickly take a 3-minute break and then we will be right back. I will also take a break on YouTube. Yeah, we will be right back after this. I certainly hope YouTube doesn't fork anything up when I take a break. But yeah, 15 seconds to a break. We'll be back in 15 in 3 minutes. We'll stretch your legs, grab a glass of water or something, and we will be back.
Did everything release a new dateable?
In a bit, we're going to break.
Bye.
BRB everyone. Hold on, I need to break. Start. And then... Okay, Twitch is being weird again. Twitch is being weird again. It's supposed to cut the break immediately after the counter time counts down, but it's not going to break. Anyways, I guess prolonged break everyone. We'll be right back. Coming back into talking.
Way more.
Alright, hi everyone. That took a while, but we're back. I need to reply to a message real quick. Alright. Okay. We are jumping back up to what were we talking about?
Turtlemon being non-viable.
Right, Turtlemon not being viable. Hi, hello. So I was thinking about stuff, and my brain just went, I don't recall what I was doing. Okay, the YouTube thing should be back as well. Good, good, good. Wait, why is YouTube looping for me? Hold on. Checking YouTube Studios again. YouTube, why are you being weird? Alright. Okay. The art piece should be back up. Art piece? Paint should be back up. Why do you know why you're afraid? I'm afraid of Thomas Attack NG and Sesame Street? No, why? This better not be a pun coming. Oh, I forgot to turn off some stuff. Because when you're about 5, you were locked in a room with just a TV and bed. And TV only play these 2 shows.
Wow,
why were you
that's
locked
actually
in a room?
that's actually tragic.
That is some horror story level type stuff. Wow. Well, I certainly hope you're doing better now. Anyways, my brain was wandering.
Oh no, we let go of the Steenie.
Oh well. My brain was wandering because as to this morning when I was... Actually not this morning. It is this morning. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that, when I was like still working on this multi-stream stuff. I had went on Twitch to look for just like background noise, right? And I stumbled upon an old streamer that I used to watch, and it's not so much that I don't watch anymore. We just haven't streamed at the same time for us to do anything, for me to rate them or vice versa. And I just jumped in chat because they asked the question that I knew the answer to. So I just jumped in chat and I answered it, and they recognized me by name even though we hadn't talked in like years, and I don't know, that just made me happy. So I was distracted by that because I was just thinking about the thing that happened, and I was thinking about Twitch stuff and what to do, and they talked about something about Twitch stuff, and then so that's why I recalled it. But yeah, if anyone wants to go follow them, because even though I wasn't streaming or anything, I literally just hopped in the chat to talk for a bit. They still told people to check out my channel and stuff. So I'm gonna return the courtesy. Their Twitch is called Galomoth. I mean, let me put the name in it. There we go. Galomoth Twitch. They stream only 3 days a week. I say only. A lot of people stream only 3 days a week. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, I believe. But yeah, if you have the time, you can go check them out. They're also Singaporean, so the timeline should work out quite well. Or if you can watch this stream, you should be able to watch theirs. But yeah, anyways, That's why Cyrus doesn't lock doors anymore. Makes sense. For me, I lock doors. I still lock doors.
Eh.
Yeah, it's just for me. I prefer privacy, but I can understand that. You was locked for 5 hours. That sucks.
Lol.
Not even toilet doors. Wow. And before the classic anime, what's it called? The classic trope of like someone accidentally opening a door and Cyrus screaming, "Yeah! Close the door!"
Double lol. You know, I should have like a more weird thing about locking doors, but I just forget to lock doors. Even though in my life I've been like robbed at knife point like 3 times in my house. I still like fuck it, don't lock the door.
No, with you, I feel it has less to do with like not locking doors because you don't want to. You just don't remember. You don't perceive anything in your immediate surroundings other than what you are currently interested in.
Yes.
And so you just turn off everything else, which is not a good thing.
That's how my brain works.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
It's how your brain works.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
That's how
my
your
brain
brain
works.
works. You said that's how the brain works.
That's how the brain works.
No, it's not. It's how your brain works. You're
I am
weird.
the brain.
No, you're a cheesecake. Of course you don't. You're cheese for brains.
Wow, how rude. Stereotype much?
Hey, you chose the name, not me.
Lol.
You do close toilet doors. That's good. Anyways, we have this Pokemon team now. At some point, we could probably try it out when I have time.
Put Shuckle in, like as a viable defense Pokemon.
Maybe, yeah, I'll put it there at some point. If I'm actually gonna note this, we don't have to note this down. It's like
Yeah,
not
it's just 6 months.
It's just there. Yeah, yeah. But anyways, I was gonna just chat more today about just stuff that's been happening in life and stuff. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, and I kind of hesitate to talk about it because I don't want to bring more attention to it. Because that's the thing with like media that you don't like, right? The more you talk about it, the more attention you bring into it.
What, the Streisand effect?
Yes, and then it becomes a Streisand effect. And I don't want this video essay to get more coverage. Because I vehemently believe, or whatever, however you want to pronounce that, that this video essay was done not just as a bit, but as rage bait to get people to comment, to get people to click on it, to get people to talk about it so that they could get more views.
Lol.
Because this person normally every day streams Civilization, the game videos. They just make Civilization videos. Good night, Cyrus. Thanks for being here. Yeah, have a good sleep. Go sleep, go sleep.
Okay, so
Good
mix
night.
Civ game.
But yeah, they normally make Civ game stuff, right? That's their entire YouTube channel. But recently, and I mean like within this week, within a week, not this week, but within a week, like in a week's time, they released a video, a full video essay, which is something they've never done before. Previously, it was all game stuff, right? This is the only video essay they've done. And it's a video essay on Freerun, the anime. And it's titled The Worst Episode in Freerun. Right? Immediately, you can see clickbait from a mile off.
Yes.
Right? Because literally, if you go through their backlog, everything is Civ videos. Even the video after Freerun was immediately another Civ video. But this is the only video essay they've done, and it's the only video essay of an anime they've done. It's anything about an anime they've done, right? And it's literally about Freerun and how there's one episode that's the worst episode. Immediate clickbait. And I actually didn't discover this by itself. I was watching someone go through Freerun episode by episode and making a different topical video essay based on the topic of that episode. And they go full deep dive into so many cool things. That's why I follow them. And then they came across this video and they made a response to it. And that's how I found this video, right? So yeah, I didn't watch this. I
found the video.
It's horrible. Within 5 minutes. So spoiler alerts for both the video and Freerun the anime. And also just disclaimer off the bat, for anyone who goes looking for this video, if you want to have a discussion about the video, go ahead. 7 is that bad. Yeah, one of the comments I saw. But like, yeah, if you want to have a discussion about the video, go ahead. I can't stop you from commenting on it, even though I do not think you should, because I do believe this is a clickbait video, and I'll explain later why it's a clickbait video in my head. In my opinion, why I think it's a clickbait video. But do not go harassing the creator, because you should be able to still have a discussion, but you should not harass anyone. No threats, no harassing, nothing of that, right? But that's it. Let's discuss the video. Within 5 minutes. So the episode, in their mind, that's the worst episode on Freerun, is I can't remember the name, but it's the episode where they meet up with the old dwarf, the second old dwarf, the dwarf that's actually old, right? That's losing his memory, that's going senile, right? And the whole episode is about how in the beginning everyone just sees an old dwarf, but throughout the episode it's like don't underestimate like the old people. Don't like what's the word? There's a lot of different topics in that episode that it's like spending. I can't. There's too many rattling inside my head right now for me to pick out a topic to talk about. But there's a lot going on where at the end of the episode, the rug that's put under us is that throughout the episode, it made it sounds like the old man is still youthful like Freerun, but there's a scene at the end where Freerun is talking to him, and it's clear that he is actually losing memory. Old age is finally catching up to him.
Bro's senile, man.
And it's this bittersweet moment where the entire theme of the episode was leading up to you need to savor, but like value the moments with friends that you have, the time you have with people, because if you don't, then they can very just easily slip away. And it was this moment where Freerun realized if she hadn't picked this moment to come see her friend, it was very likely that when she eventually came back around to see him again, he would not remember who she was anymore.
Or I just died.
Or he would have just died because he already lived well past the edge that a dwarf should live. And it was this very bittersweet moment when she realized that. It was such a beautiful episode. And I do agree, in my opinion, it's one of the episodes where I don't remember a lot of. And I will personally rank that episode lower on the tier list of Freerun episodes. But a bad Freerun episode, quotation marks bad, it still leagues better than so many other animes out there.
Like, straight up, Freerun is so good.
Freerun is so good.
Like, there's slow moments, there's the best fight scenes you'll ever see.
Like, just taken as a whole, objectively, Freerun is, through and through, from every single metric of an anime that you can count, in my opinion, the best anime ever released to date. From a story perspective, from a pacing perspective, from a music perspective, from an animation, freaking don't even just talk about the animation, the backgrounds, the freaking backgrounds are so good. And the little moments where they did not need to animate in like a specific way, they will still animate. I swear, if you go back and watch Frieren, the moments like where every other anime would just cut away, right? They will linger on a shot that lasts for like 1 second, where the character is doing this elaborate motion or the camera is doing this panning motion in a 3D space, that every other anime would cut budget by just panning away to something else. But they take the time to animate a throwaway shot that they did not need. Not only did they not need to animate, they would go the extra mile and animate in a way that would actually cost money to animate. You don't animate a throwaway scene and do a 3D camera pan and hand draw the whole thing. You don't do that. That's such a waste of. Okay, I say waste of budget. That's such a like
Unjustifiable amount.
Unjustifiable amount of like money and time, and it just. Why would you do that? But they did, and that's why Frieren is special, because they took the time and care to put in attention to every single scene, right? But anyways, back to this YouTube video. There's a scene in this episode of Frieren where Frieren, in the beginning of the episode, has been propping up this dwarf friend of her. I think it's like Volt, his name is? Volt, I think. Frieren has been propping him up as a incredibly experienced fighter. Very good as a warrior, very experienced, very powerful. And when we get to meet him, it is this moment of like, Frieren, is this another one of like Vol? Thank you. Like Frieren, is this another moment of you just, you know,
Amazing.
no, time's moving on, basically, right? Because like the warrior we see in front of us is an old dwarf who is old even as a dwarf.
He's pushing 400, man.
He's pushing 400, and dwarves don't live past 300 usually. And you can see the wrinkles on him. He's older than Ison.
Ison's like kind of young though for a dwarf.
Yeah, but Ison himself says that he's getting up there in age, and he's like not as powerful as he was before.
He's like upper middle age,
and
like in
this
60.
dwarf is older than Ison, which like
By a lot.
he's by a lot, so he's really old. And so Friren's party members are like taking the piss out of her by saying like, Frieren, it's a decrepit old dude. And then the moment the old dude responds to Frieren, when Frieren goes up and goes like, "Hi Vol, long time no see," and then Vol just goes, "Who are you again?" And then it does the gag. It does the same gag of like, start going Frieren. It's just a decrepit old dude. And then Frieren walks up, talks to Vol. Vol says, "Who are you?" And it cuts back to the same exact scene of start going Frieren. It's just a decrepit old dude. And it's played for laughs, right? And then when Stark goes up to like walks up to Vol suddenly just trips him before Stark can even react, right? Stark, who we've seen is an incredibly fast and actually competent fighter, couldn't react at all to Vol's simple just movement of tripping him up. And it tripped him up in such a way that Stark then had trouble getting up from, right? At which point, Vol clarifies that there was all just an act, and that, what's the word? Inattention, I believe? Like, inattention and underestimating people and not being prepared is a fatal flaw in being a warrior. And then just took Stark to train for the rest of like the time spent there, basically.
Yeah, it's like you train now.
Yeah, you are now training with me to get better. Like, inattention and underestimating your opponent is fatal as a warrior, right? And it was a scene meant to convey how you shouldn't read a book by it. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
I remember the scene. Like Stark goes like, He's too old to stand up. Immediately trips the fucker,
Yeah,
man.
immediately trips Stark, and then Stark couldn't get up even just from a simple trip, right? And that was just was such an effective way to illustrate the skill gap between Stark and Vol, and also tell us just how good Vol is as a warrior, because we know how good Stark is as a warrior, right?
He killed the dragon, man.
Yeah, he killed the dragon. So it was a really effective tool of illustrating how good Vol was. But yeah, it was a really good scene. And then 5 minutes into this video essay, right, titled "The Worst Episode in Freerun," do you know what he says?
What?
He says that Vol criticizes Stark in this moment by saying that trust is a fatal flaw in warrior. Not being unprepared, not underestimating your opponent. Trust is the fatal flaw. And what I think is truly egregious, and why I do not think this is a genuine critique, because if it is a genuine critique, then this person should stop right now and not make another video essay until they actually read up on how to do video and how to do like not read up on how to do video essays. This person needs to actually take a media literacy class, because if it's an actual critique, then they are so off the ballpark that I don't want to hear another opinion out of them until they actually take a proper lesson in media literacy. Because if you watch the video, what they actually do is replace the subtitle from "inattention is fatal to warriors." They change that subtitle to "trust is fatal in warriors," and then they put a smiley face emoji on the end. And I believe there's another scene after that where they change the subtitles as well. And because of that, I'm fully convinced it is rage bait.
So obviously rage.
Because if it's not rage bait, then this person is someone I do not wish to discuss media with. And this is putting it in very polite terms, because I do not want to swear, because we're on YouTube right now.
Obviously.
But
Team Sim 7 crash out. Did not like the game.
I guess his videos weren't doing as well anymore from Civ, huh?
No, they rack up like 10k per vid. Actually, like the favorite video is the lowest viewership one because it's outside of
it's outside of
his ball game.
His ball thing, but it's also so bad. It's very bad.
Like he usually gets about like tens of thousands of views. This one only like cracked 10.
Yeah, but like also the video essay then goes, and I hesitate to call it a video essay, the rage bait piece goes on to talk about Freerun as a whole, the story as a whole, and how in his opinion the reason why Freerun is popular is because it popularizes, it glamorizes the loneliness epidemic and says it's okay to be alone.
Crazy.
When that is the exact opposite of what Freerun is trying to say. And there's just so more about the video essay that because I didn't watch the video essay at all, I watched the critique on the video essay, or the response to the video essay. And the response themselves claim that they did not they didn't include everything in the response because there was too much to respond to. I will put a link to the response. Hold on. I think you can look it up actually.
Nah, not gonna.
Hold on. Let me find it. Let me find it and I'll put it up, and then people can go look for it. Okay, I found it. Let me share it on stream, because I know I can. Like I know I can. So yeah, you can go watch it there. Just give this creator some viewership, because I do like them a lot, and they make great like video reviews. They've been doing a lot of free run because they're obsessed with free run. But yeah, I saw that and I was just like, man, Civ 7 really is going down the drain, huh? Which doesn't make sense. So they get a lot of views. So like, I don't know why they turned to rage bait.
Nah. Obviously, he watched like. He wasn't into free run to begin with.
Yeah, and I just wanted to make a video to like criticize it.
And then someone like made him watch it, and it's like, I'm gonna make content out of this.
Yeah, and he also critiqued other video essay people were like saying free run is good, which is hilarious. And this is also why I think it's like rage bait to get more views. He doesn't name people, but when showing the YouTube page of like video reviews on people saying free run is good, he includes Giguk in there. And you won't include Giguk in there if you weren't trying to farm for views.
Yeah.
Yeah. So absolutely not. Also, the person I just linked, right? His video review showed up twice.
Lol.
Because he makes the most free run content right now. He's still making free run content. Because he's going through it day by day. That's great. I love his stuff. But yeah, media literacy is down the drain. People actually need to think more.
You should just go back to playing Civ 7.
People need to think more about media literacy. The drapes are blue not just because the drapes are blue. Oh, but the director said the drapes are blue because they just chose it. Yes, but the moment the director put it out, it was now part of the public sphere. And the public's opinion now drives the symbolism inside the story.
Play Civ 7.
Because that's how like stories work. Once the story is out, the meaning of the story is no longer in the author's hand. The meaning of the story is entirely in the public's hand. Because like what you intended might be one thing, how people interpret it is the other part of the equation, and both interpretations are valid. Because it's opinions.
Also, the director's wrong, man.
The director is objectively right that they chose it just because they chose it. But he's wrong in the sense that it has no meaning other than that. Because like all stories, meaning can be derived from anything. Anything can become symbolism for something else. That's why it's symbolism. And stories can be then used as inspiration for other stories, and thus driving that symbolism further. So many stories work this way.
By the way, I like his like YouTube timeline. It tells a story, right? It's like Civ 6, Civ 6, Civ 6, Civ 7 comes out. And it's like Civ 7 is a shit game, objectively true. And then the next video is a free run video. It's like, damn, Civ 7 that bad, huh? You changed content.
You changed content. You attempted to change content.
And then it's back to Civ 6 video.
Yeah. And
like, Civ 7 was that bad that he needed to just do something else.
Yeah. You switch to 6 for a moment. So switch to a different thing for a moment and switch back to free run. So no, switch back to the Civ 6. Yeah, you can see the thought process at work here.
And you know why Civ 7's a shit game?
I've heard a lot of reasons why it's a shit game.
Because Luigi Mangione is not there anymore.
Wow.
He was the UI designer for Civ 6.
Wow. Wait, he
No
was?
joke. Who was?
That's surprising lore I didn't know about. That's cool.
That's why it's like, what? Like there was somebody complaining like, damn, Civ 7's UI is so crap. It's like, because Luigi's not there. It's like, for real? Yes, for real.
Wow. I did not know that. Speaking of people not in media anymore, by the way. I don't know if anyone's caught up, and I've only caught up on the news of this because it's everywhere on Twitter right now. More Lilo and Steve live action news came out. So we already know they're changing a ton of things in the story. Jumbo and Pleakley are not going to be, they're going to be full CG holographic people, which, defeats the whole purpose, right? And also, according to the director, he actually tried to do it. There is actually behind the scenes concept sketch of live action, what live action Pleakley would look like in dress and everything. But based on the way he said it during the Q&A, he tried and was smacked down from higher ups.
Oh yeah.
Because
obvious.
of course he was smacked down from higher ups. Plus also the whole Lilo taking pictures of tourists thing. And if you look at the trailer, she was taking a picture of a local, a native eating ice cream, which completely defeats the subtext of why Lilo takes pictures of tourists in the movie.
She's supposed to take photos of a white man.
Of white people in Hawaii treating it like a resort.
Yeah.
It's her way of getting back at them, because white people go to, it's not just white people, but like tourists go to Hawaii and take pictures of locals living their lives there as if they were
like a tourist attraction.
Like a tourist attraction. And she's getting back at them by reversing it on them. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
By changing it to her taking pictures just for taking pictures' sake, not only is it eliminating the subtext behind the scene, hey, symbolism, people, going back to the whole thing we're talking about, symbolism is important. It also shows a fundamental lack of understanding of what the movie is about, right? And as if to drive home this point, we have recently received news that the big bad of the movie is no longer going to be Gantu.
What?
The big alien police officer who destroyed a house and kidnapped Lilo and Stitch in his pursuit to hunt Stitch, of like disregarding collateral damage and everything, right? That big bad is no longer the big bad of Lilo and Stitch. Why? CGI costs money, innit?
Oh, fucking no way.
Yep, that was literally the excuse given. It costs too much money to make a CGI Gantu. So, because Gantu is no longer the villain, who do they now have to pivot to make the villain of the story?
What, the
Cobra Bubbles, the social worker who every opportunity he could have gave them a chance, right? He constantly, sure, he was stern, he was firm, but he was trying constantly to give Lilo and Nani a chance, constantly. And like, give props to the guy. He saw Stitch, right? When Stitch was with the family, and he knew it was an alien. He knew the family had an alien with them, and was like, turns to Nani, get a job. Turns to Lilo, upstanding citizen. Was like so chill and tried his best to allow them to work it out, and only like drew the line because he didn't know like aliens forked up the house, right? All he saw was he came back to a house on fire, Nani not there, Lilo home alone, right? He didn't know what happened, and that was where he drew the line. He thought neglect behavior. That's it.
Yeah.
But like he was completely understanding throughout the whole film, and even after the film, during the after credits, you could see him still checking up on them, wearing a full-on Hawaiian shirt, right? Casual wear, and not just checking up on them, but like I believe it was like actually in like interacting with them as if part of like the family, like an uncle basically, just checking up on them, making sure they were okay, right? And it was smiling, really happy, seeing them doing well and everything. He is not the villain. He's a social worker trying his best and trying to allow this family to be a family.
Yeah, he's like, damn, I'm not gonna tear this family apart, man.
Yeah, and he only drew the line when he thought
The house on the fire.
like the family literally couldn't function properly. That was where he drew the line. He's not the villain, but leave it to higher ups to point and social workers and call them the villain. Leave it to higher ups. Leave it to billionaires, obviously, because in their mind, social workers are obviously the villains because, you know, divorce much.
By the way, like, his job is actually social worker.
Yes, his job is a social worker. He is actually a social worker. He's not the villain. Right? Yeah, and but they of course they're gonna have to portray him as the villain now. Because who else is gonna be the villain?
When I was a kid, like I so thought he was like an actual like secret agent, but then it's like, what? That's his actual job? Kinda lame.
No, he was a former secret agent. You know, he was a former agent and then now social worker after saving the planet. Which, you know, props to him, you know, like after saving the planet as an agent, he was like, you know, this is too much for me. I'm going to do actual stuff that will change the world, and became a social worker. After saving the world from aliens and actually saving the world, right? He was like, no, I want to actually do change in the world, and became a social worker. Cobra Bubbles is not the villain.
Yeah.
And them turning him into the villain, because apparently that was actually it's from what I've seen, it's been confirmed he's going to be the villain. Turning Cobra Bubbles into the villain communicates an actual disconnect between understanding the story of Lilo and Stitch. Not by the director, because from everything we've seen, it's again higher ups meddling where they shouldn't be meddling.
Yeah, they're like, damn, the alien's gonna be a villain? That means a lot of screen time, done it. Change it.
Change it, yeah. Like, it's so easy too. It's so easy to make money if they want to make money. If you're listening, higher ups, Disney higher ups, I have a very, very easy way for you to make money. And it won't cost you a dime. Re-release the film in theaters. Just re-release the animated Lilo and Stitch in theaters. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to touch up anything. You don't have to change the music. You don't have to hire new white actors. You don't have to do a thing. Just re-release it worldwide. There are more theaters now in the world. There's more people now in the world that, you know, will have access to a theater. You now have the Chinese market that you can tap into, but like that you couldn't on a scale you couldn't back in the day when Lilo and Stitch was released. Right? You have all of this now. Just re-release the animated film in theaters for a month or two. I guarantee you revenue will come pouring in and you won't have to spend a dime.
You know what? After this one flops too, I bet this is gonna be the last live action.
They've already stated this is gonna be the last live action. Because of all the horrible press. And the horrible press happened before they announced who the villain was going to be. Which means even I've seen so many tweets after this where everyone was like, no, that's it. I'm not watching anymore. I'm literally not going anymore. So like they've actually just doomed the movie.
Yeah.
And I honestly just feel bad for the people working on the movie.
Yeah.
That's it. I just feel bad for the workers. I do not feel bad for the people up top.
I mean, come on, it's Disney, right?
Yeah, it is. They honestly, it just re-release everything. We've recently been in a phase of everyone being nostalgic for things. Just re-release everything. Like, it's not that hard. I really don't understand what they're thinking. I don't. And I guess I can't, because they're so out of touch with reality, because it just has so much. It's not just so much money, they're looking at it from a completely different angle. Because they're not looking at it as a media thing, right? They're looking at it as a money thing. So, yeah, it just sucks. It sucks a lot. But yeah, don't go watch the thing. If anything, go find a way to watch the original Lilo and Stitch if you haven't. Yeah, even if you've watched Lilo and Stitch before, go watch it again. There is so much that I as a kid did not catch until I rewatched it as an adult. There was a lot. And if you don't want to go watch it, sure, read up a Tumblr post.
Lol.
Read up a Tumblr post. They like it'll summarize everything you missed. Honestly. Yeah. Our media is getting forked. And also speaking of media, I don't know. Okay, so to slight tangent, animated media I don't have high hopes for. Going back to anime, right? We had a really good Korean manhwa anime in Solo Leveling. Right? Solo Leveling was a really good Korean manhwa anime. But and then it was announced that another Korean manhwa was gonna turn into an anime, Omniscient Reader, and I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be good because the reason Solo Leveling worked was because it's shonen. It's a very simple story. It's power fantasy. It doesn't have to do a lot of character storytelling. It's just battle. You just needed good visuals, hype music, aura farming moments. You have a good anime. But here's the thing. They had also recently tried to do another Korean manga that was really popular, but was not just hyped moments. It was an actual good story. And I don't recall the name. Let me look up anime 2024, I believe. It was last year. Let me quickly look it up. I know I can find it somewhere. No, this is this year's anime. And if is it winter 2025? I don't think so, because it was like something not alchemist. It was a reincarnation, not an isekai. It was a reincarnation story where the world basically ended. It was a fantasy world. The world ended, and the main character was thrusted back into his old body just before the calamity, and he had time to prep basically. A returner's magic should be special, I believe. Yeah, there we go. A returner's magic should be special.
Okay, yeah.
The manhwa was good. The manhwa was really good. The story was actually really, really interesting.
Oh wait, yeah, it's one of those returner.
Yeah, it's a returner one. Yeah, and like the main character is actually a good, interesting character, because when it states that he is not OP, he's actually not OP. He wins by having people underestimate him, and him constantly using various forms of prestidigitation in interesting ways. Like one of the ways was like during the first majors exam, they had to do a race, right? And he didn't have any magic that could allow him to go fast. So one of the things he did was literally just go, hey, I'm gonna run, and then in select moments, I'm gonna go friction equals 0, and I'm just gonna slide.
Skating.
I'm just gonna skate over. Yes, I'm not gonna be super fast, but I'm going to at least be able to conserve my energy, right? And so he utilizes magic in smart and efficient ways, and that allows him to prop up his friends and everyone around him to prep for like the big disaster that's coming. Because it's not just him that needs to level up, he needs to level up everyone, because it's not a single character power fantasy. It's a how do I make everyone better prepared for the end of the world fantasy. And it's actually a good story. And the anime animated it like any other 2-bit isekai junk. And it was just bad. It was just like, we have so much isekai junk out there already, right? Like every single isekai that is not good, that's just clearly just there for cash grabbing reasons, right? Imagine that level of animation and storytelling, except that and in between that and Blue Lock Season 2 levels of animation for a story that is like, I would put on par with, at moments, maybe Slime. Not quite, but like on par with, like getting close to Slime levels of storytelling. But so they basically just imagine reincarnated as a slime, but with Blue Lock levels of animation. Imagine how sad that would be.
Oh, why would you do
And
that?
not just levels of animation, levels of storytelling. That was how hurt I was from it. And then now you're telling me you're going to tackle, in terms of Korean manhwa, the quintessential not just returners, because this isn't returners. The quintessential what's the word? World building invasion / returner story on par with, in my opinion. Okay, it's actually not in my opinion, this is Korean manhwa's Mushoku Tensei. This is their Mushoku Tensei. Because this is taking that genre of stories and actually doing something with it and telling the story well, right? But given everything we've seen, they're not gonna do it well.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it well. Like, you need, for Mushoku Tensei, you need, because the thing is, I don't think Omniscient Reader is on par with Mushoku Tensei. There is, it's so hard to get on par with Mushoku Tensei, and this isn't a slight against Omniscient Reader, because like, for example, in my opinion, in terms of world building, Freerun is not on par with Mushoku Tensei. If you want to play with the same league of Mushoku Tensei when it comes to world building, you need to be Tolkien levels of world building to even begin to start talking about Mushoku Tensei. Mushoku Tensei, I think, falls a bit short of Tolkien, maybe? No, actually, no. I think in certain aspects, Tolkien has more detailed world building. In certain other aspects, Mushoku Tensei has better world building. I think they're on par. They're good and bad in different aspects. But like, in my opinion, Freerun doesn't have as good world building as Mushoku Tensei. Omniscient Reader probably has the same level as world building as Freerun. That's my opinion, right? So you would need a studio of Freerun's level of dedication to get a good Omniscient Reader like adaptation out. And I don't see that happening because that's a lot of work and requires people that understand the story. And it took someone of the level of Freerun and Bochi the Rock to direct an anime of that level. I do not have high hopes for Omniscient Reader.
Lol.
And it's going to suck so much because Omniscient Reader is actually a good story. So yeah, no hope for this. Yeah. Anyways, really quickly, it's about to hit 2 hours of streaming. In about 5 minutes, we'll hit 2 hours, and then I think we can end the stream. Because today's stream was always going to just be a test stream anyways. So I am just I'm going to end the stream when we hit the 2 hour mark, but before we hit the ads, because we shouldn't hit the ads yet. So in about 4 minutes, we'll hit the 2 hour mark, and then we will end stream. In which case, I need to find someone to rate now, basically. But yeah. YouTube, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to rate on YouTube because I still don't know how the YouTube ratings works. Yeah. Beyond that, I like to thank everyone who came to watch this. Oh, hey.
Sure.
Speaking of people to raid, can I actually raid him? What's his face? Shoot, Peter. I think that's Peter, right? Is that Pete? Is that Pete?
Pete who? Most generic name ever.
No, that's not. Hold on. No, it's not. Never mind. Because Pete from the Abroad Japan and the Cyclothon is visiting Welsh with Connor.
Wales.
Wales,
yes.
sorry, not Wales. Is visiting Wales with Connor, and I thought they were doing a live stream on it, but they're not. My bad. And so let's see who's up. But anyways, yeah, thank you everyone for coming to this test stream. It wasn't a lot because again, it was just a test stream. We're just here to just have fun, just screw around, see how everything works. And yeah. Let's see, who do I raid then? Who's doing stuff that I raid? That I should raid? That I can raid? Because I don't want to just raid someone and they're busy with stuff, you know? Oh, hey! I know someone we can raid. Someone new. And I mean new. I don't think they've been streaming for long. Yeah, there is someone new we can raid. They're playing Ultra Kill too, which is cool. But yeah, prep for raids done. Thank you everyone for coming to the stream. I am going to reset everything back to normal after this. So until like in future, this streams will only be on Twitch. We won't have a YouTube thing. But I don't know. We'll see, because I've heard people do prefer watching on YouTube, and the engagement is higher, the discoverability is higher. It's a thing where like, because the discoverability is higher on YouTube, if you discover someone on YouTube through their clips, but they don't stream on YouTube, it's kind of a so we'll see in future, and I'm saying in future, in a few months when I set everything up. I might start having a few streams on YouTube from time to time. We'll see. But for now, I will primarily stream on Twitch for now. Just because I'm more used to it, I've set up everything there. And Twitch actually I have an easier time streaming on Twitch, because they've set up more stuff on Twitch to help streamers. That said, recently with things like, for example, them replacing a bunch of icons for stream categories with AI generated art, including the stream category for art with AI generated art. Not just that, but they made a frame, like a golden frame for a picture out of AI generated art, and then slap a Boss Rob a Bob Ross painting in the middle, and then put the most generic art, like text in front of it, and it was just so bad. It was so bad. Yeah, I'm feeling like moving to YouTube when possible, or at least like starting to like transition between both. But yeah, for the most part, I will be streaming on Twitch, but from time to time, I will start streaming on YouTube in the future. But yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. I will now raid over to Atiz, I believe that's the name. Yeah, tomorrow we will have another gaming stream. So have a good day, good night, everyone. Stay safe. I will see you all then. Thanks for coming, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.